Good morning. It was setting up to be a positive start to the week for the Indian equity markets, and that's exactly how it's panned out. The Nifty 50 is gaining about 0.5% or thereabouts, and you have the broader markets that are actually outpacing the benchmarks right now. You have the midcap and the small cap index gaining over 0.8% each. If I read down the list on the Nifty 50, you have the likes of Grasim that is gaining close to 3%. You have Adani Ports, Titan, SBI Life, Axis Bank, IOC, Shree Cements all gaining. In fact, you have as many as 40 gainers on the Nifty 50 today, looking really positive. Among the losers, you have the likes of UPL, which gained significantly in the recent past. Tata Steel is looking just a tad bit weak. Bajaj Finance losing about 0.8%. Tech Mahindra, Bajaj Finserv. So the two Bajaj twins are looking just a little bit weak. Bajaj Finserv only about 0.33%. And then you read down the list and the rest of the losers are not really too significant to point out. What are the sectors doing? In fact, you have quite a few of the sectors that are gaining in trade today. Metals is the only sector that's in the red from the major ones. So you have the banking index that's gaining about 0.6%. Auto, and here's where a lot of stocks are actually doing well on the back of the announcement of July sales. Quite a few of those companies posting really good volumes. Remember, of course, that these are wholesale sales and cannot be looked at on just a month-on-month basis. You need to take a slightly longer term view of these sales, because it's just the number of vehicles that are going from the factory to the dealership. So it's quite possible that after the easing of restrictions in June, in July, quite a few companies started pushing out a little bit more vehicles, and that will remain the case in all likelihood as we go towards the festive season. That's why you see generally a lot of the automotive sales take place. So the auto pack as a whole is doing well. 0.9% is what they're gaining. You have FMCG that's also gaining a handsome 0.9%. IT gaining about 0.4%, and Pharma also gaining about 0.7%. Now, the overarching context is important to note. There was not necessarily the best handover from the US markets on Friday, but the index futures are pointing to a positive start, and the Asia Pacific region is looking better at the start of this week than it was throughout most of last week. The other factor to watch is that in India you have the rate decision from the MPC that's coming up at the end of the week. And besides that, you have quite a few earnings. HDFC you'll have to watch out for. And apart from that, you have the fact that we've more or less been not too badly hit by the kind of selling that foreign institutions have undertaken in the recent past. They've been significant net sellers in the month of July. We'll have to see if that changes. And today's number will be keenly watched as well. Among other factors that we have to watch out for, earnings continues to be front and center. Also, there is a prediction that we could be heading towards a third wave of the COVID-19 pandemic here in India. The Sutra model predictors, those are the gentlemen from the IITs, have predicted that we could well be on towards the third wave, and that could be anywhere between a peak of 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh. Not as significant as the second wave. So let's see if that pans out. Clearly, over the last 5 days, the number of fresh additions has outpaced the recoveries in India as a whole, and there are some pockets of concern. So hopefully that does not create too much of an issue in this month, but as of now, things are looking reasonably good.